How's it going, Blasters? This is going to be something a little bit different because I've been concentrating a little bit too much on the design that I'm doing for a knife. So this isn't going to be any fancy thing. There's not going to be any editing. So basically it's a live review of this knife here. So this is from Artisan. So Artisan Cutlery. So that's that company there. So they did introduce a new knife brand, CJRB, China Jiang Ren Blade. So that's what that means, CJRB. So we'll cover that again in a little bit, but going through this one, so this one is the one from Dylan Mallory. So he is the designer that's actually really doing very well for himself within the knife world. So I met him at Blade Show Atlanta, and then that's going to be this knife here. So really a cool blade. So really slim in pocket. Pocket clip is really very good as well as far as in and out of the pocket. So this is going to be something that's a little bit different for it, just because I want to get the review out on it, and I do not have a lot of the time to do the editing and everything else that I normally do for videos. But thank you to Artisan Cutlery providing this to the pass-around group. So this is the one here. If you guys have any questions or anything else, leave it in the comments. I'll try to get to it as well as I'm going through the review session here. But as I was saying, for CJRB is their new brand that's coming out. So I do have a knife here. We're going to go and open that one up. What's up, Jody? So I'm trying something a little different here just because I don't have time to do the editing right now because I'm concentrating too much on the blade thing, and I gotta figure something else out on that. But that one is out for final look over. So they're going to check that out and make sure that everything is good. I'm going to get a 3D print on it, and we'll kind of see how that goes. But this is a new knife out from CJRB, which is basically Artisan Cutlery's budget brand. So kind of competing with Civivi. So China Jiang Ren Blade is what that is. And that is roughly translated to China Artisan Cutlery Blade. So that's kind of what that is for that. But this is the one here. I don't really know what's going to happen with Artisan as far as their budget line, because their budget line was kind of like this. It was G10, it was D2. So I don't know if they're going to be going away from that and maybe having Artisan just be the high end and CJRB be the low end. But that's going to be something that we will find out later. So this is going to be the one that came in. So we got a few of them out to the pass-around group. This one is the 1904. So solid action for it. Very chunky blade. So fairly large on that. So in comparison to even the Archaeo, that's going to be there. So fairly large blade on there. So we'll look at that one as well. But yeah, this is going to be a really nice color pop on the pivot area. This one's going to be in D2. So not too bad. And then pocket clip, a standard loop over. So definitely another one to check out if you do want to get onto that pass around for that one. Otherwise, these will be coming out. Not a lot of information out on them yet, but they're going to be about that price point for that lower end for Artisan. So that's why that's going to be for that. So M390 as for this blade here. So M390 is this one. So corrosion resistant side, it's going to be about 80 percentile. For edge retention, it's going to be about 83. So that's going to be where it's going to be a little bit more as far as ideal situation. So yes, that could be worse, could be better, but about 83rd percentile compared to all the super steels out there. And then we're going to look at some of the hand sizing as well for this blade. So let's start with the adult female hand. So I'll raise this up a little bit. It's basically how that's going to be for adult female, as far as where that's going to sit for you on your hand. And we have that's going to be that size right there. So really good sized blade as far as if you want to get that in hand. So a lot of the fingers fall pretty decently in there. Kind of that pinky, at least for me, is drop it on there. So that's going to be how you can print this out. And so this is going to be where we're going to get your hand sizing for it, as far as what that's going to look like for you for the hand sizing. So as far as the actual weight, they list it 4 ounces. I got 3.9 for it as far as the weight for it. So that's going to be on the scale here. So reset. Yep, so 3.9 is what I got for that as far as the weight. So price wise, this one's going to be about $249.99 as far as what you're going to see on the general market. MSRP is about $333.95, so it is a little bit more expensive for that as far as MSRP side, but that is not something you're going to be seeing on the market side. So let's see as far as the pull weight for it. So normally about a pull weight, at least on my preference, is going to be about 2 to 3 pounds as far as an ideal pull to actually see what the actual flipper tab is for it. So that's going to be right here. So let's see where this one lines out. So 2 pounds 13 ounces. So still under that 3 ounce mark, at least for my preference as far as a flipper tab, as far as the 2 to 3 pound pull. So that's really good for that. And then for the actions for this one, it has a light switch. As far as that action goes, it has a really snappy action for that. For the thumb and also the middle finger deployment is a little bit more difficult for this one than I would like. It does have the cutout for it, but it's just a little bit more difficult for it as far as, because it is a frame lock knife. So you just got to get your finger out of the way. And as you see, oh, that's not great. So that's just human error. So I was doing that a little bit beforehand. So there you go. So you just got to get the feel down for it. So it's not really super intuitive as far as when you just pick it up and grab it and you can flip it out easily. A lot of times that's how it is with a lot of the thumb stud knives. But that's going to be how that deploys for this one. So you have thumb stud, you have middle finger, you have kind of a pinch and roll that you could do if you want to be a little bit less conspicuous about it. And then you do have inertia. So you actually do have an inertia flip for it. Cool, that's good. Yeah, bug out's a good one. So the inertia flip for it, traditional as well. So if you want to do a two-hand, you can open that up as well. So that's something that's pretty good about it. So about 3.75 inch Warncliffe blade, flat grind for it. Behind the edge thickness is going to be about 25 thousandths right behind the edge. So I can measure that right about the belly of the blade. So that's about 6 sheets of paper. So take that out of your regular printer. That's 6 sheets. That's going to be how thick that is behind the edge. And then also for degree of ramp. So that might be a term that's a little bit different for folks, or not really talked about very much. But basically for this one, it's about 34%, or 34 degrees for it. So basically 0 would be there. And then so it's about 34 degrees about there as far as when it actually gets onto the blade. So that's what I'm referring to for that. So I feel about 20 degrees is really amazing. 30 degrees is okay. 40 degrees, not so great for it. But this one has 34. So basically from the point where you actually disengage to when it actually gets onto the blade itself, that's going to be about 34 degrees. So it still does disengage a little bit before it hits your finger, or just right when it hits your finger. So personally, so again, it's another personal preference on that, is I'd rather have it onto the blade a little bit sooner or have a ramp. But it's still not horrible for it, but that's going to be where that is, about 34 degrees before it gets onto the blade. So one hand carry, so it's going to be right hand tip up for the blade. And do let me know as far as if you guys like the live stream better as far as these reviews, and then that's what we might do as well. But I just didn't have the time to do the editing, so I just wanted to get the review out there as well for this knife. And then for the pocket clip, it's also in seeing how much weight or pressure it takes to take it out of the pocket. It's about 1 pound 6 ounces to actually pull it out, and that's taking out the weight of the knife itself. So actually the retention of it is about 1 pound 6 ounces. Should actually bring it out of your pocket, and that's you're running a regular kind of slack type pants, or maybe a business dress for this here. So as far as the sharpening angle for it, this one is sharpened at about 21 degrees per side. So it's about 42.2 as far as the calculation, as far as the behind edge thickness, and then also for the sharpened angle as far as what side is on it. Yep, live stream allows for questions. Yes, it does. So that is one thing that's good about it. So if you have any questions for it, do let me know. But that's where I got as far as the angle, as far as what this is sharpened at. It's about 42.22. So that's about 20 degrees, 21 degrees per side. So it is a little bit off for the grind. One side was 0.037, one side was 0.03. So it is not a perfectly symmetrical grind, but it's not going to be something that's going to be really sticking out to you too much unless you're really studying it. So for this one, is a really great knife overall. Great clip for it. Works really well in and out of the pocket. So it is a nice one. So they have this one as far as the Archaeo, and then they have a medium-sized one in that other brand as far as the CJRB, and then they have a small Archaeo that's going to come between that. So really not sure as far as where that's going to go for Artisan for the budget, but I would say to buy it. If you do like it, pick it up. It's not going to be something that you're going to be regretting, I don't feel. So that's going to be my opinion on this knife here. That's Artisan Archaeo. So let me know as far as anything else that you guys have for comments. Oh, actually I do have one other thing too. So for sticking around to the end of the video, also if you have not checked out another channel, yeah, the small Archaeo is actually pretty good. So this gentleman, so Kyle J. Lamphere. So I actually won a giveaway for him. So if you want to check out his channel, do that. He does like to use his knives a lot, so it's a lot of hard use and everything else to really test it before he puts up a review on it. He's really trying to get going for the channel. So Kyle J, I went and won a knife from him, and then let's see what that knife is, because I'm really excited about checking it out. That's why I entered into the competition, and then I won it. So we're going to see what it is. And also, this might be, if I get injured by this the same way he got injured by it, then this is probably a cursed knife, and I will get rid of it at that point. But logo, any guesses? Some people know by the logo already as far as what it is. I have not experienced the knife before, so this is going to be the first time that I pick it up. I do have the Metamorph, so if you know what that is, then you'll know what this is as well. So this is a we-built knife. Your knife inside. That makes sense. I just entered into this competition, so he had it up on his Instagram, had it up on his YouTube channel. So you follow him on Instagram, follow him on YouTube, and then you fill out the form. He let it down. He laid it out as far as how you enter in, but I hadn't seen that before. You're nice. So that's that. There's a little foam, little insert there, keeps everything in line. So there's boost blades. Very exciting. That is the packaging there. So that's going to be this one here. So not like I need to sneeze, so I don't want to blow everybody's eardrums out. But that is this one here. So this is going to be the first experience for this. Hopefully I don't drop it. But so this is a front flipper. There's also a frame lock. Oop. Oh, fail. So it does flip very well for it. I don't know if it's too, it's nice. Also, yeah, it's a good flip for it. Really intuitive. This kind of goes back a little bit to be able to get the front flip for that. Oh, it's loud. Is that good or bad? So you do have the microphone down there as well, so you can actually hear the knife. So hopefully that comes through on that, and hopefully it doesn't hurt your ears for that as well. But that's the boost blade smoke. So that's comparison to, where did I put it? Oh, I put it back in my pocket. So that's comparison to the Archaeo. Is that knife there? Full-size Griptilian. and then you have the little rat too. So thank you again. So if you want to check out Kyle, give him some subs, get him to 100, so he can get over and actually name his channel how he would like to, instead of having random numbers and letters for that. But Kyle J, he's going to have more giveaways too. So if you're in it for the giveaways, do that. But otherwise, just give him some support for that as well, and see how that helps out for his channel. So thank you very much. If anybody has any questions, let me know. Otherwise, that is the review of this knife from Dylan Mallory. Definitely check it out. Check out some of his other models coming out as well. But this is not going to be one that you're going to be disappointed by. So check that out. Any other questions, folks? If not, we're going to be ending it out. So thank you there. Thank you for this one, Boost Blade Smoke. And then if you didn't know, as far as what happened with this, he was flipping it and then he actually dropped it on his toe. So there's actually a chip mark. So I guess he said that this chip is actually from his toe bone. So I'll be sharpening that out. I just don't want to drop it on my own toe for that as well. Cool. Thanks a lot, guys. Live stream, let me know as far as this format, because I could do more like this. Is a lot more exciting and a lot more fun, because a lot of the other ways it has a little bit more as far as pre-work for it, some photos and everything else, and hopefully this gets across the same information as the other one does. But this one, check it out, pick it up if you like it, and that is that. Thank you very much. Have a great day, night, morning, whatever it is, and take care.